Okay, to the dry, we're going to add a third cup of milk. And we're going to add some room temperature butter, 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter. And then we'll mix this up. We'll cut the butter in, cut everything together with the butter and the flour. Make a nice little crust that we're going to put on top of our pot pie. We get it done. I'm just going to hand this, put this on my counter like I normally do. I just want to make sure I get this all. It's really wet. I'm going to add some more flour, just a little bit of flour to this. That's a little wet. I want it to make it feel like a pie crust dough, which is a good stiff dough. Now, because it's this kind of a dough, you don't want to overwork it, but I do want to get everything incorporated. Most of it's stuck to my hand here, so I just want to get it all on there. If you watch my videos, you see I do everything with my hands, so I'm just used to doing it this way. See if we can get all this worked into the dough here. A little more flour. It's all worked in. Alright. Perfect. Now leave this sit on the counter and rest. A little ball here. Let that rest on the counter until we're ready to roll that out. Now I have a third pan on the fire and I'm getting it hot. What I'm going to do is add some butter to it. About 2.5 tablespoons of butter. This is unsalted butter. I'm going to add this right to it and get that melting. We're going to make a roux. Now that my butter's all melted, I'm going to add some flour to that. Now, roux, if you don't know, is equal parts butter and flour. I've showed you how to make roux in other videos. So I got my butter and flour mixture, and I'm going to let this cook a bit. This is a pretty stiff roux. It's a little stiffer than I like, but it'll be alright. Get this hot stock, and just using a strainer, this is just a China Cat style strainer, strain some of the stock right on top of that. Get it working into the roux here. Let me get a better width than that one. Because I don't really want these lumps, you see. I'm going to try to whip them all out as best I can. What I'll end up doing is straining the lumps out of the roux. I mean, of the stock once I get to that point. But there, it's gotten to where it's starting to thicken up. So I'll add some more stock to it, right through the strainer. Because you can see there's lots of little bits of chicken and bone still in the stock. I want to get those in my gravy. Yeah. That should come to a boil pretty quickly and thicken up. Now while we're waiting for the last little bit of that to thicken up, I just want to roll out my pie crust here. I want to make sure it's plenty big enough to cover my little ceramic dish, my casserole that this pot pie is going to be in. So I just want to make sure I roll this out really good. Oh yeah, while you guys were off camera, I did season up that gravy stock with some salt, some pepper, and add a little Tabasco, because I like the flavor of Tabasco, a little Worcestershire sauce. You can add whatever flavor you like. to make it taste good to you. That's the main thing. You want it to taste good to you. You know, never mind what I like. Make it the way you like it. No matter what I make here, you guys watch me making stuff, make stuff the way you like it. It's even more important to make it that way than it is to make it the way I like it. I like sage, I like a lot of herbs, and if you don't like those kind of herbs, don't use them. That's pretty easy. Don't use what you don't like. Alright, let's check on that. So, now while that stock's coming to a boil and thickening up, I'm just going to add these meat and vegetables right to my pan here. I'm going to put all this meat and vegetables right in here. Just like that. Now guys, as you can see, I got my filling here, my chicken pot pie filling, this nice sauce. It does have lumps in it, and I'm not a fan of lumps, so what I'm going to do is, with the old China cap, again, looks like a China cap, that's what they call it, a China cap, I'm going to just strain the sauce right on top. So let me get this pan close, and just strain this right on top until it gets all full and gooey with the sauce. Make sure it gets all the way down in there because we want to have that nice sauce all the way in there. One more good scoop. Perfect. And we're going to let that sit for a couple of minutes and let that really sink in. Now, at this point, only thing you need to add is frozen peas. I have just frozen sweet peas. I'm going to just pour a whole bunch of these in there and just stir them in, right in. Because what's chicken pot pie without peas? So we're going to stir this right in. Make sure you're well incorporated. I'm really going to have this full, so I'm going to add some more peas. And you see that gravy I put in there has really worked its way into all the meat and vegetables. It only sat for maybe a minute or two. But you can see there's chicken, there's carrots, there's tons of chicken. This is better than any Swanson pot pie you'll ever see. And now I'm going to top it off. And then, okay guys, I'm going to just top off that pot pie by, here it is right here, getting the crust and just rolling it right over. I'm going to really smush it in. What I'll do is I'll use all this crust and I'll just roll it and smush it in right into the top of this, as you can see. And there, crust is on there. Kind of smush it to the sides. And I'll get my knife and I'll just make a couple of nice little cuts in it so I can let it vent. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rub it with an egg wash. So as you can see, it took me a lot of dishes to make something like that. One very good, very delicious pot pie. I'll show you. I'll crack it open for you. There you go. Some nice, hot, delicious chicken pot pie. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Have a great day.